I have a lot of people ask me, you know, what do you want? What should I buy? What should I buy? They see that massive rig and they say, I want something like that. And I warn them straight away. I know you want something like that, but you need to start with something smaller than this. And I've told many people, Radio Shack sells a very small. It's made by Hoopson, and I don't recommend Hoopson over anything else. But there's a Hoopson X4, and there's a Walkera Ladybird. I had a Walkera Ladybird. It's literally this big, and you know, I flew it in the house. I learned to fly it in my living room. Start small. You have to learn how to control them, and it's pretty easy when this thing's facing straight away from you. You know, forwards, forwards, backwards, backwards, left, left, and right is right. But when it turns facing you and everything is backwards, that's when you crash, and that's what you have to learn. Quadcopter is 4 rotors. Of course, hexacopter is 6 rotors, and then you also have what this is a hexacopter, but it's a Y6. In other words, it's shaped like a Y if you look from the top, and there's 6 motors and they're stacked. So you only have 3 arms, but there's still 6 motors. This is what we call a 250 quad. People call them a micro, a mini. It's designed to fly first person view. This is the camera right here. It's a video transmitter, so whatever image this camera sees, this transmitter right here through this antenna throws it right into this first person view. So you turn this on and turn that on and you're looking through that camera. It's an incredible experience because this sucker is lightning fast. It just goes skimming across the grass and between trees. It's like you're really flying, you're immersed. That's what it's all about. The fun part of it, it's immersion, you're into it. So this is a Sky Hero Spy 750, and it's a Y-copter. It has a 3-axis gimbal, so you have roll, pitch, and then yaw, and it dampens all of those. So no matter what the chopper does, that camera stays perfect. So that allows for some really sweet video footage. I have a first-person view camera on here, and then I can also see through this camera. I use a video switcher. Typically when you go through a camera like this, you always like to have a backup so that if you lose footage, you have another one to go to, a redundant system, just for safety's sake. Like I was showing you, this is the battery pack on this one. This is a 22 volt 6-cell LiPo. You know, these are a couple $100 a piece, so they're nothing to sneeze at. 22 volts, it's almost double what a car battery is. It'll whack you if you're not careful with it. Like I said, balanced propellers, balanced motors. This one has GPS. Whenever you power it up, it acquires 6 satellites, and it tells you when you have 6 satellites. One of the most common mistakes of new people is they don't exercise the patience, which is 3 minutes to wait to get those satellites, and they take off and they do something, pardon me, but ignorant, and it goes wide. Bye-bye. Landings with that pickup machine. So it's ready to go. Or first person view. You see here what the camera sees on the aircraft. It's a great tool for proximity flying. Whenever you're flying close to something, it's a lot easier to see on a screen how close you are to something than it is to look line of sight. A lot of the controversy today is about this very thing right here, first person view. It's this or the goggles, and I've got a pair of those as well, because it takes your eyes off of the aircraft when it's in the air. But there's a lot of advantages to this, to seeing what the aircraft is seeing, because you're right there. The biggest controversy to these units is they're becoming more and more easily attainable. They're cheaper. You know, you can go buy one at Radio Shack for $50, and it'll go a couple thousand feet in the air if you want it to. You probably not get it back, but it has that capability. The controversy is they're so cheap and so easy to just get started with. People don't take enough time to learn and understand all the safety that has to be involved with this. That machine right there weighs close to 10 pounds. It can do a lot of damage. Those propellers are 13-inch. They're spinning. I mean, I've cut myself. They will do a lot of damage. You have to respect it as a machine. It's not just a toy. Drone, it's correct and incorrect. You know, the connotation of drone brings up the military and hundreds of miles and unmanned flight and all that stuff. But at the same time, it's correct because, you know, these things are capable of autonomous flight. You could program to do what you want them to do without any user input. This system's not capable of it. I have a system that's capable of it, but I don't see a benefit to it. But you can, you know, you can program waypoints and fly it out there, and it'll come back and it'll land at a certain altitude. But in accepting the term drone, I joined an organization on Facebook called International Drone Day. The whole premise was to take drone and give it a good name. So they actually had their first drone day in February. I wasn't able to attend because I was traveling, but they did the same thing like we're doing right here, only they did it on a grand scale. It's show everybody the good that can come out of these things and how much fun they really are. You hear about the bad ones all the time. You don't hear about the good stuff. So that's what I want to show you is how fun these are and how much a great tool they can be. I'll warn anybody that's going to be interested in this. You might start with a little Radio Shack $40 one. You'll end up here and then you'll end up there because it is highly addictive and because it is just so much fun.